So we just finished up our weekly coaching call, and I wanted to use this opportunity for my reflection video as well, kind of like two birds with one stone. And I want to ask you, Steve, and I talked about this with someone the other day. I call it the trap of the wellness slash multidisciplinary clinic. And I get a lot of massage therapists that reach out and they were like, well, I want to do wellness. I want to work in a multidisciplinary clinic with like chiropractors, like acupuncturists, nutritionists, and all that. And I'm like, I don't really understand that because I didn't come from that background. So I want to ask you, like, is this message like perpetuated in school? Like, what have you seen over the years? You've been doing massage for 11 years now. So
pretty close. um, well, I'll start this because I've actually asked somebody this question before. I actually went to a massage school that was called Spa and Wellness. That was the name of the school. And so when kind of you ask somebody, you're a massage therapist, what do you do? Well, I just said I'm a massage therapist. If I was to walk up to you and say, hey, I'm a wellness specialist, like, what would your response be to that?
Well, it could be a couple things. One would be like, all right, what bullshit multi-level marketing thing are you going to sell me?
Exactly. Off the top of your head, you don't know what I'm doing because I'm a wellness specialist. And that's where I think the misconception is therapists that want to have a multifunctional clinic are trying to cover up for things they can't do. In my opinion, I only have one practice in this building because we only do one thing. We fix chronic pain. That's what we focus on. And we have a very clear message. I think the problem with wellness is it's such a generic term, it makes it really hard to describe exactly how you can help me. It's like wellness can be nutrition, wellness can be chiropractic, wellness can be massage, wellness can be a spa. It's almost too generic out there, and I think it's flooded because anybody can call themselves a wellness coach or a wellness therapist or anything in that regime. Where I think people need to get away from is you shouldn't have other practitioners in your building. People should come to you because you can solve their problem. If you're saying, well, I can't help you, but I got so-and-so next door who can help you, you just lost business. And from a business perspective, that's not smart. Whereas from a health standpoint, you should put yourself above the rest. You always say lions eat first. If you come into this building, you're coming to get my treatment.
Yeah, and I think being in the hierarchy, and I have these videos where I talk about this, why I believe in massage therapists more than anybody, because hands-on treatment is the best chance that any injury has. When you get into that multidisciplinary wellness clinic type of setting, you're going to get shit on as a massage therapist. You are going to be put as low man on the totem pole because the chiro who has a doctorate that really doesn't really know what's going on. I have a doctorate in chiropractic. I don't even really know what it does. The PT is going to think they're above you. The nutritionist is going to think they're above you. And you're just going to be a peon. But you think that, it's going to be great and we can do all this stuff and be in harmony in this great fucking utopia and all these things. And it's just not going to happen, especially with COVID. COVID forced this. And I talk about this all the time. I have a podcast where I talk about this is, are you a vitamin? Are you a painkiller? And in this market, you can't be a vitamin. A vitamin is wellness. It's like, hey, relax, feel good, do this, do this, do this. People aren't searching for that. They're not going on Google or looking at Facebook for like, oh, well, I need more wellness. Like, maybe I should go to this multidisciplinary clinic. They go, no, my neck fucking hurts. It's been hurting for a long time. And I need to find someone that's going to fix this. And how are they going to fix it? And that's what we talk about all the time. You don't say you're a massage therapist. You say, I'm a soft tissue specialist that fixes chronic and unresolved neck pain without the use of injections, drugs, and surgeries. People are going to listen to that all day long. And this gets into the idea, you can tell I get fired up about it. I had a lot of coffee. I'm going to breathe. It gets into the scarcity mindset. I was talking with someone that runs the Peak Method, and they're transitioning, from a wellness to more of a solutions-based type of clinic. But they're like, well, we get these wellness people that want to come in and they do that. It's like, that's fine, but you can't be both. Either you're going to be a wellness clinic and you go all in on that, or you're going to be a solutions clinic, because then the client is very confused. And then in the wellness clinic, you run into a lot of problems. They don't understand the value of just the treatment. They'll be like, oh, it must have been that supplement you gave me, or that session with the PT, or, I started drinking more water. It's like, when you're in the pain relief clinic, they understand that you're the one fixing that problem. And people aren't looking for wellness. They think they are, but they're not. The people that actually want to pay, want to invest, and actually get their problem solved, they're not typing in wellness clinics because they know that half of that is bullshit and gurus all over the place that no one really does.
Think about wellness as like the Cheesecake Factory menu.
Uh-huh.
It can be anything and everything, and it's 10 pages long, and you walk away not really knowing what you liked more than the other thing. It all blends in together. Like you come into a specialty clinic and you have someone that fixes you. You don't have an option as to what your treatment is. You just come in there and get better. You don't have to flip through a page and get, well, I want this modality here. I want these rocks put there. I want to be adjusted down here. There's not those many options. And a wellness clinic, in my experience, I don't want to sound jaded, but it gives the client too much room to fend for themselves. And if the client's coming to you because they have a problem, obviously they can't fix it themselves. If you give them this entire menu of options, of ways of fixing it, it's not solving the problem. It's just sort of kicking that can down the road and hoping one of these options works.
Well, it just goes back into what you guys are ingrained in school is like you're so service focused instead of solution focused. And you're like, okay, what do you want? Like, what do you want? Like, how client, what do you want? Like, we have all these options. And then they're like, oh, we think because there's a lot of options that the person will perceive that there's more. It's like, no, you're just throwing shit at the wall. Like, it's like, here's what we do. Here's how we fix it. Here's what our treatment looks like. And the cost of this is going to be this. And there you go. It's like, quit bullshitting people. Like, they don't want menu options. They don't want that kind of stuff. And you'll be like, well, it works for my clinic. Then great. Then do that. Be the wellness clinic. But don't sit there and pretend that you're like fixing pain when you really want to be wellness. Because as this market gets worse and worse and worse, and it's going to get a lot worse, more and more people are going to fall off. And people are not going to invest in wellness. If their back hurts and they can't work and they can't do the things they need to do, they want to go to someone that fixes back pain. They don't care about the rest of that. And it's going to cause bigger problems in the long run. And I see this trap happening. It's like, well, I'm still going to do like half of my clients' wellness and the other half like this new way. It's like, no, rip the cord and start going that way, because a lot of that time is not going to last for you. And we froze. Yeah, so like as we talked about for that, at the end of the day, people want their problem solved. They don't want to get all that wellness. And you can sit there and convince yourself that that's the case, but
I think at the end of the day, I'm just going to be a devil's advocate as a massage therapist. What we do isn't for everybody, and that's fine because we only want to work with people who actually want to get on board with this style of treatment. Regardless of the path you take, you can't specialize in everything. Yeah. If you want to do Thai massage, be the best Thai massage therapist and only offer that. If you just believe in, hot stone, then just do that. It doesn't matter like what path is right for the individual. I know it works for me. You know it works for you. Like I said, what we do might not be for everybody, but you can't specialize in every modality, in every style of treatment. You got to pick one, and that's how you become a true specialist. I think that's what gets me is the massage menu is a complete joke, and it's a filter for hiding lack of knowledge in one area, and that's just the truth.
Yeah, so the take home this week is avoid that trap of wellness and really dive into like what your niche is and who you want to work with. Like that's the problem is all the massage therapists getting that scarcity thing. They're like, well, I'm going to work head, shoulders, knees, and toes, and I'm also going to do this, this, and this. And it's like, no, people are searching for that specialist. They want to find somebody that actually fixes the problem that they have, and that'll go a long way. So that's my reflection for the week. I appreciate Steve being on this, and we'll see you guys next week.